if you're in Russia, and I don't know why you'd want to be there, especially with all the stuff that's going on over there right now. It used to be that the people over in Russia were pretty accepting of gays, and now the prime minister, the president, whatever his name is, whatever his title is, he's gone totally anti-gay. I have no idea as to why, but it's just downright fucking despicable and disgusting. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, it seems like whatever we do here in the United States, Russia, like the Republicans, have to do the opposite. The Republicans pushing anti-gay stuff, so hey, the Russians go, hey, okay, we want to do the exact opposite of what the rest of the world is doing, so we're going anti-gay. This particular reporter who was over there came out on air and said, hey, I can't stand all this anti-gay shit anymore, and for everybody out there, I'm gay too. And he was taken off air just like that. He said he's made enough money, so he is not protected, but he can live comfortably now, so he doesn't have to worry about getting a job or something like that. For a lot of gay people out there, this is not the case, and there is a lot of gay bashing and violence going on over there right now. It's just disgusting. If you cannot accept someone for who they love, male or female, based on their gender, then you have a problem. Crystal, your thoughts?
Oh boy, this was a big thing that's going on over there. What he did, like you said, vocally protested during a news segment, which I kind of understand. I mean, it's kind of like a time and a place thing. But he's sitting here and he's quoting Harvey Fierstein, who is a gay playwright and actor and has been a very hardcore advocate for the LGBT community. And he said, when evil shows its face, you have to answer.
Yep.
And the part of me that actually is supports that so heavily, that just really hit home. And the little rebel in me thought that was just excellent. I mean, I thought that was just wonderful what he did.
Yes.
Vladimir Putin signed this into law where homosexuality cannot even be discussed, where there might be minors hearing the conversation.
Yeah.
And, that's a scary thing to think that anybody has got that much power that they can do that.
Yes, it really is. And he went on to say, being here in the Kremlin-funded propaganda network, I'm going to wear my gay pride suspenders, and I'm going to speak out against the horrific anti-gay legislation that Vladimir Putin has signed into law that, when it's passed by the Russian Duma, that criminalizes homosexuality propaganda and that effectively makes it illegal to talk about homosexuality in public.
Exactly.
And quite frankly, I find their actions of the government incorrigible right now. My daughter's going to be going back to college here shortly, and one of the languages you can learn is Russian. And that Russian language has always fascinated me ever since I was a kid myself. I never got to learn it, but it's just, I thought, well, hey, they're starting to be more progressive. They're starting to, join the rest of the community as a world. And now this, we're supposed to have our Olympics over there. And, the Winter Olympics, I think they're saying, well, don't bother boycotting it or whatever. I think the president came out and said, no, it doesn't help to boycott this. I think it does help to boycott it. I mean, I think on this instance, I think the president is wrong, and it should be boycotted because it is not something that we should be telling the people, hey, this is acceptable.
Exactly. Government does not need to be in my bedroom.
That's right. The government does not need to be in anybody's bedroom. Republicans, Russians, I mean, they both start with R. Hey, there's the connection. Connie, your thoughts?
Well, I'm trying to remember, why did we boycott the Olympics in 1980?
I don't
Something
remember.
About Soviet troops. And to be honest, I wouldn't boycott it over war. I would boycott it over human rights.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a human rights issue, absolutely.
And this is what this is. I think the only thing I had a problem with, again, I don't know his motivation. I don't know how long he'd said he would appear on this news show.
Mm-hmm.
But he was supposed to go on there and talk about the Bradley Manning case. And he came on there and he talked about something else. I mean, he definitely got attention for it. So I suppose in the end it all worked out well for this journalist who has a huge sheepskin of publications he's written for. He's
right.
Very, very well known. I don't know. I kind of think that it not appearing and then making his own statement other places maybe could have been a better way to do it, but I won't tell somebody else how to, say what they want to say. I just think that it's really brave that he did this, and
I think it is too.
I don't understand why. Yeah, and the whole thing about Putin and how they are trying to make it all about the children. It's all about the children. We don't want the children to hear about gays because they think it's. But the bottom line is they think, well, yeah, by telling kids about gays, then they'll become gay. Is what it really seems to boil down to me. I'm going, well, that's ignorant and stupid. And
oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But the weird thing is, I guess that some Christian conservative groups are actually on board with Russia because of this, which is like, that's a weird bedfellow.
Yeah.
But no. I'm hoping that the European Court of Human Rights will repeal this.
Yeah. The thing is, though, when they let Snowden stay, I thought, well, okay, it's not so bad. I mean, they're showing, hey, they were getting ready to kick him out and everything, but they kept him at the airport like forever, and they said, okay, we'll let you stay here, because right now, if you blow the whistle on the government as it is, or for whatever reason, they want to throw you in jail, and they said, well, we're going to give you immunity on this, or we'll give you sanctuary, as it were. And I thought, okay, well, that's fairly progressive, and they didn't say, hey, we're going to throw you in jail until the United States can come pick you up. Of course, then they turn around and pull this shit. It's like, I'm torn on what their motivations are now. It just, what went through my mind today was, when I was reading this again, what if Snowden was gay? Would they have let him in? Would they? Because they this is what they're going to do at the Olympics. If you're gay and you show you're holding hands with another guy, or you're a girl holding hands with another woman, and you're over there for the Olympics, they will arrest you, throw you in jail for several to 10 days, and then deport you. So what if he had been gay? Do you think they would have just said, oh, well, you've got all these secrets locked up in your head, even though you're gay, we'll let you stay anyway?
No, I think the secrets would have been more important to them than the fact that he's gay, because it wouldn't have mattered to them that he was gay.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that there, Robin?
I applaud this guy. It was extremely brave of him to do this on air like that, especially on air in Russia. I'm all for that. I don't understand what's going on over there in Russia either, and it makes me wonder, did Scott Lively take a trip to Russia at some point, like he did in Uganda? Did he go there? It seems that way, because all of a sudden the Russians are against gay people.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he had a bad experience. Maybe he had a three-way, and he's like, oh, this guy's trying to poke me.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Putin,
what's usually happens with people who are the most people against gay people are usually the ones who are having the most homophobic thoughts.
Exactly. No, you're right. The thing is why do people focus on the sex, the act of homosexual sex? I'm sorry. Why do they focus on the sex act? Why can't I don't focus on what a man and a woman does.
Yeah. Well, you know
what I mean.
Yeah.
Why do they focus on only the sex? That's what pisses people off.
Yeah, I've heard some Christians say, well, because two women and two guys can't have a baby together, and people are supposed to get married just so they can have kids. I said, well, what if you get a guy and a woman who just can't have kids?
Who can't have kids? Exactly. Do we have to make them divorce now because they can't have kids?
Or say, oh, well, you find out ahead of time if they can have kids, and if they can't, then they're not allowed to get married. And then I've had them go, well, I don't know. Oh, really? You don't know? I thought you said that marriage was supposed to be just for procreation. But now all of a sudden, because even though it's a man and a woman, and all of a sudden you don't know? We're just, they got to have married to get kids? Where the fuck is your morals?
Exactly. Listen, when I came to YouTube, it wasn't really to get into debates and crap with Christians. My purpose was that right for people to marry whoever they want to. Okay, and I came onto YouTube basically to argue with homophobes. Right. Okay.
Well, if
you argue with them and you ask them questions, they don't care about two women. Homophobes don't give a shit about two women.
It's just the two guys.
Their issue is two men having sex. That's all their issue is.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
all the issue is.
I
they
don't.
could care less about 2 women.
Yeah, the stupidity is just boundless by these people. But anyway, we'll pick up on some of that stuff that you're talking at the interview there. So don't give it all away.
Sorry, it just pisses me off.
I know it pisses me off too that these people can't be more open. I'm just like, hey, it's like, well, it disgusts you. Well, hey, there's a lot of things that in life that disgust me. That doesn't mean I have to stop everything from happening because I don't like it. It's none of my what happens in the bedroom between 2 consenting adults. None of my business and none of their business. And
Absolutely.
I don't understand why they think it's such a big fucking deal. All these problems that are in the world right now, and they're focusing on how people are having sex. It's just fucking ridiculous.